Hi, it's Emily Munn, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are here for the first time, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I work full-time in a corporate job in IT as a project manager and sell on Poshmark and eBay as my side hustle. I'm primarily selling on Poshmark at this point, but I also sell on eBay just a little bit. I went to Poshfest in Dallas last weekend, so it'll be 2 weekends ago by the time I post this, but I had a great time. I met so many of you, which was awesome. I think meeting people was my favorite part in networking, but I wanted to do a video specifically on what I'm going to change from the knowledge I gained. Obviously, I'm a more experienced seasoned reseller at this point. Not that I know everything, but I know quite a bit. So I wanted to go over what I'm actually going to change about my business from what I learned at the conference. A little bit about the price of what I paid for this conference. The Poshfest was in Dallas and the ticket was $200 for 2 days of a conference, and they were very full days. It did include breakfast and lunch, but breakfast was like muffins and fruit, and lunch was barbecue, and I hate barbecue. I'm just not trying to be negative, just being honest. I absolutely hate barbecue. Don't ask me to go get barbecue if you're with me. So that was not my favorite thing, but the conference overall was 2 jam-packed days full of different sessions. The first one is to use an app called TimeKeeper to be more intentional with my time. So really keep track of how much time I'm actually spending listing, how much time I'm spending photographing, how much time I'm spending shipping, sharing on social media. I think I'm gonna get this TimeKeeper app, and this will be an experiment for me, but I'm going to try and use that for Poshmark to track my time and figure out where my inefficiencies are at. Someone mentioned that in one of the sessions, and I thought that was really good information and something I'm just gonna try out. The second thing I'm going to implement is I'm going to start leaving comments on the styled bundles. Not all of you are probably familiar with this, but there is a My Bundles functionality within the Poshmark app, and if you are a stylist, is what I'm gonna call it, people can request styling by you. I'm not sure if this is true, but during the conference, one of the Poshmark employees mentioned that putting comments on these styling requests, asking for some more information, starting a conversation with your potential buyer can very much increase sales. Now, the number he threw out was 33%. I have not seen that backed up, so I don't like to throw out statistics without backing it up, but I am gonna go ahead and share that because it made me think, regardless of if it's 33% or 10% more sales, I still think it's worth going ahead and putting a comment on these bundles so that your buyer feels a little bit more connected. It seems like it makes more of a connection than not putting a comment. If you've been following me over on Instagram, I have not been using these My Bundles stylist requests very consistently because I wasn't seeing an increase of sales, but finding out that you can put a comment on them and it can potentially increase sales is exciting enough to me that I want to go ahead and use that feature. I heard this third tip in one of the sessions and I thought it was really interesting, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and try it, which is do offers to likers throughout the day on a Friday. So don't do it all at once and spend 8 hours on the couch trying to do offer to likers for 600 items in your closet. Space it out throughout the day on Friday, and that's payday for a lot of people, so the gentleman who said that said he's seen a lot of success from doing offers to likers strategically on a Friday throughout the day. I hadn't been using this feature because I really wasn't sure how successful offer to likers was, but it seems like using it strategically in this way on a Friday can really increase sales. The guy who talked about this, his name is Nick, and his Instagram name is 17 and Thrift. I would highly recommend you follow him. He's a senior in high school and has a very successful Poshmark closet. So I'm gonna try that based on his advice, and we'll see how it goes. The fourth item I'm already doing, but I think I'm gonna put a more focused effort on this in the next year, is really be more involved on social media, particularly on Instagram and YouTube, because it seems like a lot of the resellers as Poshmark grows are really looking for more information, and I feel like there's still a really good space to help people through social media. So for me, I'm going to try to do 2 YouTube videos a week and be more intentional with that, as well as I've been pretty consistent on my Instagram, but continue to do that as well. I think social media is really important in Poshmark. I think that Poshmark users really care about that. And as Poshmark continues to grow, I see it as a great opportunity to expand my business. So social media was huge. They talked a lot about it at Poshmark. Amanda Weiss and Kate Bella, who are 2 of Poshmark's employees, had a great session about social media. It really made me think I need to be more intentional both with my Instagram page and my YouTube channel, because there's need out there. People want that information and are just looking for you to put it out there. This 5th item is not really anything I learned, but I do want to make a special note of it, even though I talked about it a little bit at the beginning of this video, which is that networking was so important to me at Poshfest. I feel like that's where I got a lot of value. So it's not something I'm necessarily changing. The way I treated Poshfest is when there were sessions that weren't necessarily applicable to me, what I did is I went out to the hallway or the main area and networked with others. So for example, there was a session where they were talking about the wholesale portal on Poshmark and wholesale, and right now I am not interested in that. I think it's awesome if you are, but for me, that is not where I'm trying to take my business. So I stepped out into the hallway at that point and networked with others. I met so many of you and I gained a lot of value from that, putting a face with a name. And at the end of the day, the people on Poshmark are really your coworkers, and so I think it just doesn't hurt to get to meet as many of them as you can. So to me, I know that's not changing anything, but I think that was, if I'm gonna think about the $200 price point, one of the main value props there is that you spend that $200, but you get everyone in the same place at once, and you can really have a good opportunity to network with others in your area, in your field, and learn from other people. That's it for the things I'm either going to change or found value from or learned from Poshfest 2018. I do definitely plan to go next year to the conference as well. I think it is a very valuable conference. Hopefully it's in another really cool city. We had a lot of fun in the Dallas area and I just enjoy it every year. So hopefully that provides you a little bit more information. I wanted to do it while it was fresh on my mind before I forgot the main points I learned. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I would really appreciate if you would subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm still really enjoying making these videos for you guys. Bye guys.